I get asked many times, what is a panic attack and why do we have them? Well, it's like what I call an episode that brings on significant, uncomfortable physical sensations. They're psychologically based on perceived threats and not actual danger. Now, depending on how your subconscious program is downloaded early in life, or if you have a history of negative experiences or traumatic events and becomes part of your existence, you start to anticipate the worst case scenario based on those past negative experiences. Then over time, we can condition ourselves subconsciously and we emotionally begin to think about a situation with fear. And then we have the feeling associated with the fear. When this becomes a pattern and you already have a negative downloaded program and you have a cycle of thought process enough times, your body sort of kind of almost has a panic attack without you. Think about it. Maybe you're sleeping soundly and you wake up and your heart's racing and cold sweat. Or you're sitting at home and just talking on the phone and suddenly you feel lightheaded, nauseous, disoriented. Maybe you're sitting alone and you start thinking about a certain situation and the conditions in your life have already caused you to reaffirm negative outcomes from negative responses and negative feelings. And since your body is conditioned by your mind, you're continually producing the same chemicals in the brain. And it signals to the body that an event is about to occur or is occurring. So now you're firing off the same circuits, the same chemicals are being released. So remember, your body is your subconscious mind, so to speak. So in other words, if you're starting to feel like you're thinking about some certain scenario that may never even come to pass, you'll begin to feel the emotions: fear, anger, worry. And since your body doesn't know the difference between the event that's taking place or what you're creating in your thought processes, then it's possible that the past negative events and continued negative situations will then subconsciously dominate what's going on. So your body and your brain begin to short circuit and you begin to have a panic attack. Keep this cycle up long enough and you will put wear and tear on your internal organs, your muscles, because your body gets very significantly impacted with each episode. Now you become a slave to the panic attacks. So you must master those emotions and master the thinking process. This is not easy. Once you start stepping into the unknown, which is what happens when you start to master the feelings, it becomes very scary for most people because the unknown is uncertain. People say to me all the time, I can never predict when I'm going to have a panic attack. It just comes on suddenly. The best way to get a handle on this is to redirect your subconscious, not from what's known, but to something unknown. In other words, what new thoughts do you want to download? What new outcomes do you want from the new program? Basically, you can start rehearsing the changes by closing your eyes and recreating the outcome. Remember, the brain doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining or what you are actually experiencing. It's almost like you're in a 3D world. So when you practice this over and over, little by little, you'll begin to install a new program, a new hardware. Then what happens, the hardware becomes a software. And over time, you become a more productive, proficient, healthier you. The dominant subconscious program will help you start to see a happier, healthier you. And when you feel good mentally, you'll feel good physically. And when you feel good physically, you'll feel good mentally. It's a win-win situation.